Thank you, sir, for your stirring speech. And we swear that we will inculcate the habits of everyday learning by managing time and organizing the thoughts, and also will equip ourselves and withstand in the globalized environment by developing the leadership and communicate traits and be innovative. Last, not the least, we will chant the speed mantras much effectively. Once again, thank you, sir, and we will stay in touch with you.
May I now request our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Prince Kumar, Managing Director, edX Academy Limited, New Zealand, to deliver Graduation Day Address.
Respected Chairman, Professor Krishnan, and thank you for your excellent motivational speech this evening. I'm very impressed, and I could see the kind of every steps you have taken moving forward in building this college from strength to strength. I'm very impressed to hear all that, and I welcome the honored guests here, Mr. B.T. Bangera, for his visionary speech and from his management philosophy, and a lot of examples he has given for the upcoming MBA graduates. I also here see many of the faculty, learned people, and friends, my family members, and ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to be here with you this evening. I'm honored to be here and to be as part of a great ceremony, and to be excited to see the budding MBAs moving into the industry. Now, I must say this, a special thanks to Dr. Madirajan. He is not only my friend, he was my guide and a philosopher, still now, in the last 30 years of our friendship. And earlier we started with the bachelor friendship, now we have two families together. So it was such a wonderful thing. And as Mr. Bangera said, you should be associated with your institute, which is something I realize after I hear from him, that involuntarily I am associated with the college where I studied Masters in Institute of Science. And I used to make many trips after going to New Zealand or when I was in India. Whenever I visit Bangalore, or I created an opportunity to visit Bangalore, mainly to go and thank my professor. And me and Madhi have studied, Dr. Madhirajan, we both studied under his guidance, and he is such an eminent, what do I say, the professor I could come across. And I'm so blessed, and whatever I am today, it's because of his inspiration and his the inputs, and he made me to take such a position, heading a industry in Tata's, and to have my own industry, exporting of garments. And then when I went to New Zealand, I went and asked him, and he said, just go, but one thing, don't forget your link with the institute, and you should enhance your knowledge. That's exactly Mr. Bangera said, that if you don't keep up with the kind of a growing technology, the time, we are lost. I will give you a simple example. Before leaving for India, I had some problem. I'm a good typist. That's what Dr. Madhi always tells me. You are a very fast typist. And I had a small problem with the new Windows 8. So I didn't know how to do that. Then I called my son, and within 2 minutes, I mean not even 2 minutes, he just said, he pressed the button, I said, Dad, it's all working all right. And he asked me another question. You say that you are an engineer from Indian Institute of Science. You don't know this simple thing? I don't have an answer. Same thing happened to my, where's my Shankar? Where are you, Shankar? Oh, he's here. So this I was doing some typing in Dr. Madhi's office, and something had some technical issue, and he came and said, Uncle, you don't have to look at there, you have to look and press there, which I didn't know. And the doctor promised that he would change the whole thing, that's fine. But this is the kind of a gap which like as mentioned by Dr. Bangera very clearly, that we grow. but we don't grow with the knowledge what it is needed on the year and the present knowledge which we are lacking. So I'm only adding value, not adding value, I'm just continuing emphasizing the fact that the MBA student should take it seriously, and you must start with a dream and you must complete with the future. And it doesn't happen overnight, not by reading books, not by looking at somebody. You start with a dream. Everyone has got a dream to achieve, so start and work towards achieving your dreams. Now, right, Dr. Madi, I'm always in touch with him, whether he invites me to his house or not. His wife will give me the very good food, and I go to the college, whether he's busy or not, I'll see him whenever I travel anywhere. That was the kind of a friendship, and not only with him, through him, many professors like him, I always like to be in touch. Now, Madi, when I went to New Zealand, and he was kept asking me, what can you do for my college, that is Madurai School of Management, and what can New Zealand do for my college? So I didn't have an answer. So I was thinking about it, what way I could be associated with the college or through him, and then offer something good for the students, the bright students like you. 13 of you are present today. And what is the kind of a thing, where do you go from here? Everybody wants to become a manager, fine. I mean, that's how your ambition, because you are management students. You can't become a surgeon because you have studied business. So you have to have a kind of a plan. So now I have come here to give you good news, which is the New Zealand government, which I'm part of the Prime Minister's Cell for Education. The government of New Zealand is giving 40 lakh scholarship to come and do PhD. And this is, you know, the requirements for PhD. Is it anything? I mean, you must be all aware of what you got to. If you don't know, I'll give you a kind of a PowerPoint details to Professor Madi, and you can take the details. See what happens in this. Now you are come here, you have finished MBA, not because you have nothing else to do at home or nothing else to do. You are chosen to come and study. As Professor Krishnan said, that the many people have dropped, and 3 was dropped and 2 did not come, and that's okay. That's all. We can't have an 100% results all over. But today you have been chosen, and I can tell you, when 1987 I got my the qualification from Indian Institute of Science, I didn't have nice the costumes, and I was not haven't given this kind of graduation ceremony. Our office office boy, he came and said, "This is your certificate." So I said, what certificate? I opened it and I saw, okay, thank you. This will get you a good job. I said, okay, that was the time. But today the changes are happening, and you are looked as one of the assets. I mean, assets in the industrial area, and you have to perform to meet the industry needs. And if you don't have enough knowledge, updated knowledge, and then it is difficult to cope up with the industry or whatever the office and administration which you are going to take. Now, coming back to this scholarship, the age group, you should not be more than 35 years. I'm sure you're all not old like me. You're all must be very young. So you students must be qualified to do that. And this duration of the program is 3 years, because this 40 lakhs is given for 3 years of time. If you do 4 years, it doesn't cover. So in other words, every month you would be getting about 1,10,000 something. If you divide by that, $76,800 into 36 months, that's what you get every month. Now you are also covered for full medicals, meaning when you come into your country in New Zealand, you are covered for medicals, all kinds of medicals. Then as a research scholar, you can work full time, and you can easily earn another 60 lakhs with the simple jobs as a research scholar. So 40 lakhs is separate, plus that 60 lakhs. Now, the other attraction is How many of you here students are married? Nobody? Okay. Don't worry, you don't feel that oh, I'm married, I have to stay at home, or I have children to, don't worry about that. The government encourages your spouse also to come along with you. Spouse can work full time. Supposing your husband is also qualified, any of the trade or experience, he can also work, and he can also earn minimum of another 50 lakhs, depends. And your children, if you have children, and they can get free education there. And the interesting part of the whole process is that at the end of third year or end of completing the PhD program, you are given permanent residency, which means the one step before citizens of New Zealand. You don't have to be a citizen of New Zealand. Indian government now have the opportunity to have OCI, Overseas Citizens of India. So you can have Indian passport and have a stamp as overseas citizen of India. So you could be in both the countries. So there's no problem on that. So these are the facilities. I would like to offer it to your MBA students. And if you need more, I'm happy to give you the time. And if you want to have a me to give a presentation, I'm happy to, I will work with Dr. Madi and then try to present it, or I'm happy to give you a kind of a one-on information, because each one has got different requirements, right? It's not a one solution for all, but the reason behind this, Prime Minister of New Zealand, John Key, he, as the statistics given it to him, was that you have the New Zealand was built. It's not a very ancient country like India. India is about 5,000 years rich in heritage, but New Zealand is about 200,000 in civilization and proper. So what happened is that many of these Britishers who have built up that, and we have only 8 universities, not like India, about 5,000? Yeah, maybe more. So it's totally a small country, but the people who have been built up these educational system, and they put in a lot of the quality education in the world level. Now they are retiring. So there has to be somebody. So he wants the brains, the top brains like you from India, to come and do the PhD there and live in the country. That was the kind of an invitation, and I will definitely go and present the college that I have talked to you, and I've been honored to be with you, and that the government should be able to sort of acknowledge when we prepare all the papers, synopsis, and research-oriented stuff, which I'm not very good, and Dr. Madi will be the person whom I can relay, and we can work on that. So thank you once again for your opportunity, and I would like to take a minute to award Ms. Dhanalakshmi for being the 42nd rank holder in the Anna University, and I just would like to give her a small memento from our company, edX Academy, and
Our charming bud is being privileged with an exceptional award by our guest of honor, Mr. Prince Kumar, Managing Director, edX Academy Limited, New Zealand.
I'm very, just I think last minute, I conclude my speech. I'm very much impressed with the kind of quality of the program which goes through in Madurai School of Management. not because my dear friend Madhi is Dr. Madhi has been initiating all this, but I would like to be connected with the Madurai School of Management, and I will also happy to offer for every graduation the top student and under the rating of a trophy from our company, and to encourage. And if I can be of any help, I would request you, please get in touch with our office, and I'll be happy to do whatever I can. Thank you once again. Thank you very much for that time and opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational speech and for an exceptional award for our bud. Once again, we are pleased to have you on this memorable juncture to greet us with your eye-opening words. We also swear that we will enhance ourselves by working towards our dream to compete in this globalized era. Sure, sir, we will adapt ourselves to the change that is evolutionized and groom ourselves to meet out the competition. We, the students of MSM, are really blessed, and we will make use of the golden opportunity and equip ourselves.
Now I call upon Dr. K. Tirupati, Director of Madurai School of Management, to read out the names of graduates. Candidates receiving their master's degree, please come forward as your name is called.
You will now be receiving your prize degree, a symbol of accomplishment. May I request Mr. B.T. Bangera to privilege our graduates.
Mr. K. Chinnathurai. Ms. R. Chitra Devi. Ms. Dhalakshmi S. Mr. Dharmendra M. Ms. Divya Bharati R. Mr. Gunasekar T. Ms. Janani P. Ms. Kartika R.
Now I request Mr. Prince Kumar to privilege our students.